All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the only time you niggas are going to wake up and realize that you're killing yourself over colors is when the nuclear war begins, and then it's finally too late.
Some of the Crips and the Bloods, two of LA County's most vicious gangs.
LA police are getting their orders as they prepare for another assault on street gangs.
But that was before the Los Angeles Police Department declared war on street gangs in the city, and before a shooting Wednesday night that left two people wounded. Tonight,
All right, hold on. Let me just ask you a question. Why are you guys Bloods? Why are you in the gangs?
Why is we in the gang? I guess because the area we grew up in, man. Everybody go in that area, man. Everybody follow the same line. BGs grow up to be OGs. Little niggas like
Gang name is...
Now, let this man's same brother come up to him and ask him the same question. He may not be a police officer, He might be a Jake that's doing something decent with himself. He might be wearing a suit, and he might just be doing a survey or observation as to why fellow Israelite kinsmen are killing each other over colors. And that brother, he might get a negative reaction. Man, get him out here, fool. The hell what? Nigga ain't got to answer to you. Yeah, get out of here, bro. Yeah, he's getting kind of hot over here. Yeah, get out of here, bro. But let the so-called white man, dressed up as a police officer, we're talking about the same man that started the Bloods and the Crips in order to put division between our people so our people could kill each other over petty colors, and this man gets all the answers he wants. Man, Jake, you better wake the F up, man.
Dusty Loke.
What's up, bro? What's up, B-Dad?
Short for Dusty Loco, Crazy Dusty. He is a Blood wearing the blood color, red. Dusty is a gang banger, which is what they call you when you've been allowed in as a full-time active gang member. What is that? OGs, BGs?
Unruly behavior. You're throwing stuff at vehicles while people are driving down the street. This is the kind of behavior that the Heavenly Father hates. He despises this. And that's why when you read books like Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's the 6th or the 7th chapter, where it says, the Lord loveth none but he that dwelleth with wisdom. Because when you have wisdom from the Holy Scriptures, you're just not out here living like some lawless beast. You're mindful of other people. The Scriptures say, when a man's ways pleaseth the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. And you Jakes out there, you take this Bloods and Crips things so seriously, you're even willing to murder your own brother if he wants to leave and do something better with his life, with his family life. What? So now his child got to grow up being a bastard because his father died for wanting to leave something that he did not intend to be a part of for the rest of his life?
BG's is original gangster.
Like me.
Original gangster.
And BGs?
BG's is baby gangsters. Baby gangsters.
Baby
Yeah.
gangsters.
Call us BG.
Now, you're proud of the fact that you're in
From
the gang.
Lime Hood. Yeah.
From Lime Hood. But you're proud of the fact that you're blood.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm down. I'm down for it. Because I'm a true. I'm a true. I come from the heart.
But why be in a gang? What's in it for you?
What's in it?
I mean, you get killed, right?
Yeah.
Well, you mean some of your friends been killed?
Yeah.
So
For a simple cause.
Then here it is. Your enemy is asking you a sensible question. And you know how simple-minded Jake is. You know, he don't want to take the actual time to think about the question he's being answered. The moment he's being asked a sensible question, yeah, I'm down. Yeah. Yeah. But as you actually taking the time to think about the question you're asking, he's telling you that there's a possibility that you might wake up one day and you might die. And when you die, it's not like it's going to be because you're defending your own nation against somebody outside of your nation. You're dying over something senseless like colors. So you're willing to lose your life over colors. Yeah. Yeah. That's why the Lord is going to get rid of the 2/3 of our people. Because you're sick in the whole head. And some of you niggas are far gone. The only remedy for you is death. And that's exactly how the Lord is going to judge you. He's going to judge you with evil and with death.
What's the simple cause?
I'm being the blood. Going down with the Bloods. That's how we feel.
It has nothing to do with being the blood. It has a lot to do with wearing color.
Die, it's like we go kill one of them. One of them die. Because they down for it. They'll get took out.
And then guess what happens after one of them die?
And they come back. And then it's a feud until they don't want no more. Until everybody just drop it. But ain't nobody gonna drop it.
Now, you're willing to die for whatever this cause is?
If that's what it takes.
Yeah, I'm not saying you.
You see this dude in the background. He look hella proud as hell about what he do, man. You know, here it is, the so-called white man. He actually does things he's proud of. He joins his military. He go and risk his life to fight against possibly being sniped, being bombed by another nation. You know, he risks having to face multiple gunfire from weapons. He risks dying from chemical warfare over there in the Middle East. You're over here proud about dying over color. Do you guys not see how pathetic you look? And this was back in the 1980s.
Want to? I'm saying you
No,
will.
I don't want to. But if somebody riled up on me and take me out, I guess it was my time to go like that. But ain't nobody did it yet, so.
Yeah, it was your time to go because that was judgment from the Lord.
I guess it ain't my time.
Because you was not making good use of your life. And ultimately, that was your lot. Because if you was of the elect, the Lord will find a way for you to leave the Bloods or the Crips and to come and serve him without having to be troubled by such a gang.
Time to go. How old are you? I'm 17.
I want to say nothing than that, it ain't no difference.
See, I'm telling you now, don't be go crazy. I tell you about my homeboy's name was Avery. He was standing on the corner. The crowds rolled by.
The rest is just mere gibberish. I don't want to see it. Okay, to be honest, this video was hard to watch. I couldn't do it, man. How you proud over gang banging for colors? Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. Wisdom cried without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, and the openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Right. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? You know, and that's a question being asked by King Solomon. Because at the end of the day, this red and blue, blood and crip thing, it's no more than simplicity. It's no more than a device that was set up by the so-called white man to further put division amongst our own nation so we can hate and kill one another over colors. And y'all don't even realize that? You don't see Chinese people doing that, or Japanese people. You don't see Arabs or East Indians behaving in this weird fashion. You don't even see Africans doing that, or Hawaiians, especially so-called white people. And the reason why you niggas are into this kind of folly, it really goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. The Lord has y'all under a strong delusion. And it's, let me see if I can find that in 2 Thessalonians. Lord has y'all under a strong delusion. He has y'all out here as madmen. Okay. It says, so this is 2 Thessalonians 2:9. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay, a lot of you former members of the Bloods and the Crips, I'm pretty sure you've seen videos of Greg Millstone out there teaching, letting you know that you're Hebrew Israelites. So if you know you're Hebrew Israelites, if you know you're God's chosen people, why do you continue to kill each other? Because the Lord has you under a strong delusion. And Lord's will, I'm going to get that in Deuteronomy as well. Let me see. Now that's something else. Let me see. And the Lord shall send them strong delusions. Okay, I didn't know that was in the exact same verse. No, not you. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna read verse 11 now. And for this cause, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, and for this cause, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And when you sit here and gang bang in order to take a fellow kinsman's life over colors, that's unrighteousness. And not only is that unrighteous, that is wicked, which means morally wrong or evil. And in the book of Amos, it tells you to hate the evil and love the good. Now, it's impossible for us to be 100% good in this society because this society is set up for us not to be perfect. But we rehearse the righteous acts in order to be good to the best of our ability in the sight of the Heavenly Father and the Son, that we might be counted worthy to receive salvation. But you ninjas, you're not even trying. You don't even care to try. So the Lord have sent you a strong delusion that you should believe a lie. Okay. Okay. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. Now, when you look up the word heart, it goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind. And in all honesty, being a madman all starts in the head. And when I tell you that you Bloods and Crips are a bunch of madmen, you're a bunch of madmen. Because you over here murdering your own brother over colors. Okay? The main problem, the main virus on this planet is no other than the so-called white man, starting with the so-called elites on down. But you niggas are targeting each other as if we're the ones spraying chemtrails in the air. We're the ones selling you GMO foods on markets. You over here killing each other as if we're the ones putting microcosmic shrimp in your water, doo-doo in your water, chlorine and fluoride in your water. You act like we're the ones going around the world bombing people and enforcing democracy on them. You act like we're the ones going around rape, robbing the whole planet, basically. Murdering children and family members over oil, resources, lithium, REMs. So the Lord has smitten you 2/3 out there with blindness and astonishment of heart. And that's why you can't see past red and blue. And to further show you that this whole red and blue thing was set up by the so-called white man, just look at Sub-Zero and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Isn't that not red versus blue? Okay, look at Halo. Back in the year 2008, 2007. Okay, what was not the blue team known as the Spartans, and the red team was known as the enemy. Well, no, I believe the red team was the Spartans and the blue team were the enemies, the opposing Spartans, and the red team was the challenging Spartans. So again, that's red versus blue. And as a matter of fact, they used to have a show out called Red versus Blue. And it was all about the red team versus the blue team. You look at the American flag and what do you see? You see mostly red and blue. with some white in between. Okay? Because the so-called white man is the one behind this whole red and blue thing. And that's how they want it. They want y'all to keep killing each other over colors. And they use music to further keep your simple mind in that trance of, if somebody wearing blue walks down to my block, they gonna catch a hot one. You know, this whole system is no more than a trap, man. It's a setup to keep you on the bottom. The so-called white man really don't have to do anything. All he has to do is come by and clean up the mess. Whenever there's a murder going down, whenever somebody got robbed, somebody come up missing, all the so-called white man got to do is, put on a police badge, put his gun on him, gun in his holster, and then go through the hood, find you niggas, arrest you, and throw you in prison. Clean up done. He don't have to go around killing you niggas. Now he will if he feel like he's justified in doing so. And then when he go to court, he getting a slap on the wrist. Okay? You should know that from Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown. And there's just many more examples. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. This is talking about the children of Israel. Jeremiah called you sottish. He called you foolish. Only a fool would sit up there and smoke his own brother because he's wearing blue or red. Only a fool would do that. You never heard about us doing that kind of shit back in the ancient world. Back in the ancient world, we used to live united as a whole nation. There was no split between the nation of Israel until, of course, Jeroboam came. But before, King David, before King Solomon, well, really before King Solomon, the whole nation was living. We were living as a whole nation in the land of Israel. Okay, because we are the true Hebrew Israelites. So we were living in our homeland. And we used to work together to battle war against these different heathens, such as the Arabs and the East Indians and the Africans and the so-called white people and the Japhites, which are the Hawaiians. We used to battle against the Arabs and East Indians and the Chinese and Japanese people, so-called white people, together. But in the last days, it was prophesied that we will be under the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. And I just read one of the curses in Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. One of the curses that the Lord will smite our people with in the last days will be with blindness and madness and astonishment of heart. That is why they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Right, because the knowledge of learning how to do good can be found in the Holy Scriptures, not in the Book of the Dead, not in the Dr. Seuss book, not in Green Eggs and Ham, not in Cat in the Hat, not in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, not in the so-called white man's encyclopedia of science, but the Holy Scriptures. That's where you learn to do good. You learn good between evil by observing the laws, statutes, and commandments, which was given to our nation by the hand of Moses from Mount Sinai after he spoke with the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. That's the name of the Most High. That's how you learn to do good. Okay? If you read somewhere in the Holy Scriptures where it says, the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet divide he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. That means don't eat pork. It's a good thing if you don't eat pork. Okay, the Holy Scriptures say that if a man committeth adultery, he destroyeth his own soul, and whosoever doeth it, a wound to his heart shall he receive, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Furthermore, the punishment for that is death. So now you know not to commit adultery, because the Holy Scriptures tell you not to do that. That's one of the first 10 commandments. Thou shalt not commit adultery, and thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's, or anything that is in your neighbor's possessions, because the Scriptures say so. You're not supposed to covet what your neighbor have. You know, you looking all through his window and you see a 50-inch flat screen TV in there, and this dude got an Xbox One and everything, and you plotting to rob this guy as soon as he go to work. That's wicked. You're not supposed to do that. So you know, and we're not going to be saved on keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but we keep the law, statutes, and commandments that we can keep to the best of our ability. So our people have no knowledge to do good. Now that dude at that interview, when that police officer asked him how old he was, he said he was 17 at the time. Now that video was recorded back in the 1980s, and the video on YouTube is just a re-upload of an interview that was held around the 1980s. So this is the book of Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. When you reject knowledge, you're basically rejecting how the Lord wants you to live. And in doing so, you'll just end up destroying your whole life. Because when you don't live by the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, you end up strung out on drugs. You end up heartbroken because of your woman. You know, you're here questioning God. You know, why is this happening to you? Why are you at the bottom? Why? How come the police took your brother out? You know, you loved your brother more than your mom and dad. You know, you taking depressants. You smoking weed every day just to escape the pain of reality. And you don't understand why any of these things are happening. And the knowledge of why we're going through everything that we're going through here in this captivity can be found in the Holy Scriptures, which you reject, you reject to know about. So now your woman don't left you, you know. She over here giving it to another nigga mercenary style while she's talking to you on the phone and shit, just to break your heart. So now you strung out on depressants. You're strung out on depressants. You smoking crack. You smoking weed, you selling drugs just to get up out of the hood. It's no more than a trap to keep you niggas in the bottom. Because the moment the CIA or the FBI or even an undercover cop find out that you have keys of dope in your place, you already know what time it is. They're going to have the whole SWAT unit there. They're going to have the drug unit there. And you're going to be arrested. And you're going to be sitting in prison for 25 plus years for having possession of drugs. Because it's all just a trap. And guess who put all these guns and drugs in our neighborhoods? It wasn't your fellow brother that you're killing out there on the streets over colors. It was the so-called white man. The same guy that's walking through your neighborhood with a fresh suit on. You know, he got hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in the bank. And he's just walking through your hood, looking down on you. Looking down on how pathetic we are as a nation of people. And you niggas just allow it to be so. You don't even question him or where he from. But as soon as your own brother walk down your block wearing some colors, hey, yo, nigga, where you from? Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Where you from? Hey, yo, get the strap. Where you from? Shit is ridiculous, man. That's why you're destroyed. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And that's why you heard about a 17-year-old being a part of the Bloods, because the Lord said he was going to forget our children. So if you're wondering why your child is growing up to be a thug, to be a gangbanger, selling weed, hanging around niggas, and because the Lord said that he was going to forget our children. Because technically, when an Israelite child is born in this society, he's supposed to be born and raised knowing he's an Israelite. Who his enemies are. You know, he's supposed to know and understand as a child why he's under the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. But nah, instead, this little black nigglet, he's growing up learning how to make dope in a pot. You know, he's learning how to have a certain amount of wheat to sell by the ounces. He's learning how to drink. By the time he reached the age of 13, he already chilling around grown-ass niggas just smoking weed. Head nappy. Got on some jeans, some tight jeans, sagging. Okay, by the time you get to the age of 17, he already got a child on the way. His woman do not want anything to do with him because of this unrighteous lifestyle he's living. And, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, it's not always you women's fault when you break up with a man, even though you are out of line for breaking up with your man. Because technically, the Holy Scriptures do say that the man is the one that's supposed to break up with the woman. Okay, but in the case of when you're, you know, you got a nigga for a husband, and all he do is fool around all day, cracking jokes, smoking weed, selling drugs. You know, eventually you're going to want him to do better. Not just for your sake, but for your child's sake. And 9 times out of 10, when this nigga come home, right, he come home smelling like piss and beer, smelling like strong ass weed, talking about some, give me a hug, baby. I'm sorry, man. You know, and then he turn around and do the same shit. Because he's not really sorry, man. His mind's been programmed since he was a child to be that way. So then when a woman see that he's not really doing anything that's too productive for the child, she ends up leaving him. So this whole system is no more than a trap to destroy us as a nation of people. And you niggas can't see that? Well, the Holy Scriptures tell you that wisdom is too high for a fool. Okay, like you ever went to an amusement park, right? And you might look at the board for particular rides, and it'd be like, you must be this tall to ride. Well, you must be this tall in the spirit to understand what the fuck is going on around you, man. A lot of you niggas are too damn short to understand what's going on in your vicinity. Whew, man, it's just too much to take in. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. What is that 2 parts talking about? That's talking about the 2/3 of our people. Now, we look up that word land there. It goes back to the Hebrew word aratazah, I believe it's aratazah, which means a particular country. And that country where 2/3 is going to be cut off and die at, it's going to be here in America, because this place is full of brutish people, and that really makes up the majority of our people. Our people are brutish. No, now don't get me wrong. You do got some guys out there amongst our nation that are doing something with their life. You know, you do got some jakes out there who are decent. You know, they got it going good for them. But look, man, look, you got to understand that you're a Hebrew Israelite. You should be looking for something greater than this false sense of American dream. You should be looking for the kingdom of heaven. Because this kingdom is not where it's at. The kingdom of heaven is our rest. Like, Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This kingdom is not our rest. This kingdom was never set up for us to have it easy. Okay, look, I'm tired as hell, but I gotta go to work tomorrow. You think that's fun for me? Hell no. You know, I work damn near every day. Whew, boy. But that's what happens when you're in captivity, you see. When you come to the realization that the Lord is punishing us because we sinned against him, then it all starts to come together and make sense. Okay, you got 4 puzzle pieces put together. Now you just got to put the rest of the 1,444 pieces together. Or now you just got to put the rest of the 1,440 pieces together. And then you start to see how clear things are. Then you start to see that you're in captivity. But the third shall be left therein. The third is talking about the elect, the 1/3. With that, I'm going to say shalom, and on to the next one.